the Ace Spades here, bringing another Wargame Red Dragon gameplay video. This is in the replay function, and I am playing a North Korean mechanized deck. Somebody in the comments on one of my videos asked for another North Korean gameplay video, so he asked and he shall receive. um, so, I did this game right before the new maps came out, so a lot of my future videos will probably be on those new maps. I have played two of those. One's just a rehash of another D-Day in Paradise cut up in a different way, and the other one is a 3 Mile Island remake, and it's pretty cool. I've only fought in the middle on it so far, but those are the two maps I've played. I think I recorded one of those games, so I'll probably put that one up pretty quick. But anyway, for this game, I am playing, like I said, my North Korean mechanized deck, and I'm playing with Mr. George. He is on my friends list, but we were not communicating via TeamSpeak or anything like that, so just beacons and text, although you won't be able to see the text, but you will see beacons go up. He's playing Russia, again, North Korean mechanized, Blue Dragons, and United States. So I have in my opinion anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, the most handicapped deck. Generally, I love playing North Korea just because at least it has a T90, but it's like I've cut off one of my legs before the race playing North Korean mechanized. Anyway, it's a total destruction game. I didn't realize it until I had joined in on Mr. George's game, so I end up going the distance though. I think it ends up being like 34, 36 minutes, something like that. So it's not too bad. Most of my games are 40 minutes, so pretty good, I guess. A little rusty off the bat here, just because I haven't played in a while. I've been playing a lot of different games on Xbox. So my command I take out of the zone, unfortunately. So my starting force is 4 groups, or 2 groups of 2, Yukyonde 90, send 1 to India, and I guess me and George are kind of going to split the middle here, and he's going to take Hotel. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that without my T90s over there in India. Excuse me, over here in Hotel. And I sent all my force over here instead of some of it going over this way. I do round up most of it. I meant to get an Igla and take it over there too, so I'd have AA, but I don't do that. Luckily, they don't push or bomb a lot over here. They actually really don't push at all in the middle, so that's good. This map is kind of big for a 2v2. It's considered a smaller map, but a lot of ground to cover for 2 people. But anyway, so over here on my side, I'm squaring off against Mr. Blue Dragons. He's going to get some infantry in this little city block here real quick. He's calling out more, thinking he's going to hold it for some reason. Boy, does he have another thing coming. Anyway, Type 63, already getting some. Took out a 10-point Humvee transport there, not a big deal. So I got a bunch of Type 63s. Like I said, mechanized deck, it does limit you. Where I would have taken, 2 Type 63s and a T90, I'd take 4 Type 63s and a T-72M. That was an F1 guided bomber. he spams the absolute dog shit out of those this game. And my AA is also limited, being mechanized. I do not have my normal radar-based AA because it is wheeled. So I'll post I'll have a little screenshot or something of my my mechanized deck after this. I forgot to even think about doing that, but that way you guys can see it in all its limited glory. So anyway, I'm sending my Biban Chang pose. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Against these guys, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but I'm going to do it with 6 guns helping that assault. There is method to what looked like madness there for a second. It's 10 of those guys against 20. So, took it no problem with all that firepower. F1 comes in, he probably saw that glob thinking, oh yeah, I'll probably get all of it. But guided bombs are not, they don't have a big spread. He got 1 Type 63, that's 20 points. So, and those Chumats are going to go ahead and take out these 5-point transports. I'm not even going to try to move them. I think it's worth more just to get a couple missiles off the field than to actually try to save that poor thing. So, Biban Chong Pos have recoilless rifles that are really do well against infantry, and this is the most ideal form of this recoilless rifle situation. Infantry trying to assault a city, 5 men able to deter all of it. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't like it was a huge advance or anything like that, but that was ideal, I would say. So for now, I have a good grip on India. He's got a good grip on Bravo. Nothing happening here in the middle. Mr. US just looks like he's posting up. Got all the staples of the United States Army. Delta Force, Navy SEALs, SMAW, Stinger Seas, and then a Patriot. Doesn't have any armor. That's weird. Oh, here comes the armor. M1A1HC Abrams. Pivad. I thought those Blackhawks were going to get a little bit more, or like he's going to kind of scout with them and see how much AA I have. And then I was going to probably shit myself because I don't have any AA over here still. Here's the force I brought. An ATS. In case you guys don't know what an ATS 103 is, I'm sure Mr. Guy who requested a North Korean video knows exactly what the ATS is, but it's one of my favorite units in the North Korean arsenal. 2100 meter range, 45% accuracy, which is really cool for North Korea. 13 AP power, which is nice for a 30-point unit, and 10 rounds per minute. Not armored or anything like that, but they're really cheap and they pack a punch. I've killed many big tanks with these just by good positioning, and a lot of them. There I lost a poor ATS, but hey, it's only 30 points. And guess how much that infantry costs that my SPOG is annihilating? 30 points. So you lose one, you feel bad because you see all the potential it had. You're not sad because you lost a lot of points. You're sad because you didn't triple the amount of points it was worth, or something even more. So I don't know. Same thing with these Type 63s, and they get a recon bonus. They only have 2 less AP and 5% less accuracy, and a little bit less fire rate, but their recon and a little bit less range too, but 20 points. It's a steal. A steal. If you don't have those in your deck and you're playing North Korea, you should reconsider. See those Nanayan Shiki G's? I guess my T-72M was kind of backing up these Type 63s, but so 2 F1s came. I don't know if you saw that. 2 F1s came to kill 5 men. One squad of Bibang Chang Pos. I am probably butchering that still. But that will not be the last of the F1s that you see this game. Trust me. So they just Carl Gustaved one of my 5-point transports. He loses 30-point infantry. He's marking it with a attack marker. How much you want to bet he brings out an F1 out? But I did move it because I am, you know, well versed in the ways of Wargame. F1 is coming out. And a Nighthawk. And another F1. Re-fucking-diculous. One F1 eats shit. But unfortunately, the Nighthawk is going to get both of my spogs. But not before it fucking dies. And that F1 got a little turnt as well. But he did get my other... Or he got a T-72M and a Type 63. So 250 points. That's what they lost, and I lost, I guess, 85 points. You gotta think about what you're sending out against what you're trying to kill. You gotta play smart. If you're sending out Nighthawks for chump change, you're not making good decisions. That F1, halfway dead. Fortunately, my spog could not finish it up. I only have one now because those two got pooped on a little bit. F-15D Eagle coming out. Trying to move my shit out of the way. I think I do successfully. When you use planes to combat AA, excuse me, when you use bombers to combat AA, it doesn't tend to end well. I'm not going to say it never ends well because some people know how to use Nighthawks very well. And that F-15D Eagle, had I not moved my spog, would have killed it. But if he would instead just buy a Raven, my AA would be neutralized all except for one Igla launcher. And there's no way, no how that Igla is going to shoot down a Raven. Ravens are fucking assholes in the sky. Type 63 just got side armor on that 60-point Nanayan Cheeky G and is going to finish it off. Another bomb run from Mr. Blue Dragons. Aggressor. I move everything out of the way except a 5-point transport. And, yeah, no. Oh, looky here, another F1. I mean, I hope anyone watching this looks at this and, I don't know, says, hey, I can do better. That F1 goes down because I called out a MiG-29. Generally, I don't go with MiG-29s, but I went with a different game plan with this deck, I guess. They're a little bit more expensive than my MiG-23 MLs. I don't think they're that much better either. ECM or range or accuracy, but well, obviously something's better. I just can't remember what it is. It's been a long ass time since I looked at that. But anyway, it did well enough. It killed an F1, so might have to revisit my normal North Korean deck and make that switch. I get like 3 MiG-23 MLs though, so it's not that big of a deal. I think I get 3 anyway. So here in the middle, stalemate still. We've got commands out, or George does. He's the man. I I was I mean, it doesn't look like it now to me anyway. It might seem like a lot's going on to someone else, but whenever I was actually playing it, I was like, holy shit, these F1s are getting ridiculous. And I was kind of getting a little, not panicked, nowhere near panicked, flustered. I was getting kind of angry, I guess, at the F1s, and also trying to, because I knew they were attacking, and I could see some of that stuff. Yeah, I guess you guys can't really see what I see. This is what I'm seeing. You know, I knew they were coming in pretty strong, and for the longest time, I didn't even have infantry in the city there, and his Kutai were coming up, and I just had a Spog as defense. I mean, that's nowhere near ideal, you know. Had he played slightly differently, he could have really taken this town from me. He could have just put like 2 rounds of smoke from an artillery barrage or mortars and taken that town. Got Kutai into the city, killed my Spog, killed all this shit. I mean, that's 2 rounds of or you know, just a couple rounds of any smoke artillery would have just changed that. But unfortunately, they went with plain span and not a whole lot of anything else. And here he is, you know, quitting like a little bitch. I forgot he did that. Um, I mean, how you supposed to get better if you never finish a game? He should have had AA up with all that shit. And that's what he gets. Look at all those points. Holy shit, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. How many 30s was that? 4, 5, 6. 6 times 30. That's 180. I already paid for my B5 that in one run. And that wasn't even all the shit. That was just the 30-point units. So what happened right here was a MiG-27M came out for that. It was an HC, and my Type 63, and I think my ATS-2 may have, we side armored it a couple times. It was only 1 bar. I was about to get a HC Abrams with, 50 points worth of tank destroyer / recon tank. I wasn't even getting my T-72M in the action. If I had, I probably would have killed it. But I wasn't even paying attention to that front. I was looking over here, watching that B5 get that glorious. I mean, damn! Look at that carnage. You can kind of see under the level here a little bit. It's so bad, but a lot of burning husks of what once were combats, and probably some charred bodies, Pompeii style, shadows on the ground, stained there until the overgrowth uses the ashes as nutrients and grows back stronger. Alright, I'm done with the B5 carnage, but that was pretty fucked up. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this view now. So I don't have anything here. So I'm going to start inching my way up here. It's slow going just because I don't really know what they have. Just because the guy's gone doesn't mean he can't, his defenses can't still pose a challenge. Had I had, artillery of my own, I don't think either it wasn't very good. I mean, in hindsight, I could have some to smoke. It doesn't have to be good to do that, but I'm sure, yeah, obviously I have mortars and stuff. I didn't call it out because I didn't want it in this deck, I guess. I have no artillery at all. So his HC Abrams, he turned its side to my T-72M, and the T-72M just fucking obliterated it. So some Chumat, little ATGM trucks came at me, and then on Shiki G, got my Type 63, took a T-72M hit, got my ATS, so 50 points down the drain. T-72 and Type 63 both simultaneously simultaneously bring down that Nanion Shiki. So right there, that was a 50-point matchup, or well, it was more than that, but I lost 50 points. He lost 60 plus. I don't know what those chew mat. I'm gonna say 25 each, maybe less, 20 points. Let's say that. I still come out on top with just the tank. I mean, all these. I mean, and I guess you kind of have to know that your enemy units to know what's a good matchup and what's not. So I bet those jeeps were probably 25 if the infantry is only 20. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you got to know your units and their capabilities, and you have to know the enemy units and their capabilities, and you got to try to make your high-priced units slay a hell of a lot. You got to kind of baby them a little bit. You got to micro them a lot more than you have to micro your cheaper stuff. If I had a T90 in this game, I'd be putting a lot more attention into it than I didn't actually see this. That short arrow missed 2 shots after hitting that first one. I had Yuck coming up to kind of bolster this guy. I haven't even been talking about this. Mr. George has been pushing up almost solely with BMP3s, and I think he had 2 Tunguskas and a T80 that he lost to a longbow, if I recall, and he's still got a BU, but he made this side of the map his bitch. I did help a little bit. I was pushing up with him, but I didn't have a whole lot. But I am kind of creeping into here. I killed those 2. Excuse me. I killed those 2 Kyriak. I think that's how you say it. Hawks. 60-point Hawks. Pongay fires 3 missiles and doesn't hit that toe. Unfortunately, I think I do bring up another. This Pongay probably ends up killing it. These chew mats here. See, he's gone, and those chew mats are still able to rack up 45 points. I killed one of them, and chew mat killed the other one, so I'm not even. Or this guy's not even here, and he came out on top in that situation. Whistler, unfortunately, I think he's calling in combats over in here, and they came through this direction, and my Yuck Yonde that I got in the city kind of wreaked havoc with him. I'm going to probably get that, or I know I'm going to get that command infantry there. So pretty much it's just mop up now. Whistler is just pumping out more of the same. I mean, Stinger's small. There's Delta Force in there, I know. 4 stack of combats, HC Abrams. It's like he's a one-trick pony. He lost all his planes. He had, I mean, all his staples. Super Cobra, longbow. If I was playing America, I would definitely get combats, but I wouldn't call them out like that. And 4 stacks. And this is coming from a guy who's not played America in multiplayer at all. So, but it's kind of a thing like I don't want to go down. I don't want to go to the dark side of the Force. Not saying that Blue 4 is the dark side of the Force, but it kind of is. And United States is kind of, I wouldn't say Darth Vader, because Darth Vader still had some good in him, but probably Emperor Palpatine. That's the United States in this game. I mean, they are 100% dark side. They got all the fancy toys. I like playing from an underdog stance most of the time. Sometimes I like to, indulge in some good old, Eastern Bloc or maybe even Red Dragons. I have once or twice, possibly. Played Eurocore. And I just felt ashamed. I felt ashamed for doing it. I don't know. I just... One man should not have that much power. Alright, I'm done giving Blue Force shit now. I'm sorry. Anyway, North Korean Mechanized did okay against Blue Dragons and a little bit of America in there. Not gonna say they were the best Blue 4 players I've ever played. Kind of spammy. I think Whistler probably in the end gave up. George looks like he's doing really well. Me and George are doing pretty even. I mean, George is kind of spamming in his own sense. All these BMP3s. That's pretty hard to deal with, BMP3s. They got 6 Arcans. How many? They're 35-point transports. They have 6 Arcans, a 100mm gun, and 30mm autocannon. I mean, if... in my eyes, Russia is also Emperor Palpatine. It's the closest you can get to NATO on Red 4. But I digress. Anyway, I'm going to speed it up here. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we're going to just roll through, finish things up. These units right here, the BMP 685s, I wouldn't call them out in 3 stacks, but these things are really cool. They are like an ATS on fucking steroids. 55% accuracy, a little bit less AP power, same rate of fire, but they're amphibious. A little bit less range too, but I mean, amphibious? Ugh. The things I could do with a BMP 685 in a North Korean deck. And Norovs, same thing. These Norovs, these are the coolest little vehicles. 2100, same on par with the ATS. 50% accuracy on this little thing. And it's amphibious. What? And it's 12 rounds per minute. What? This is the ATS on steroids. And the BMP 685 is his little brother. But these things can go through the fucking water. You can always catch people off guard with amphibious attacks. You just gotta find the right points. But anyway, he's just kind of shoveling shit at him. I mean, that works. He's trying to get the game over with. You know, and again, I didn't pick it, but George, he went total destruction, and it's a different beast, I guess, than playing just regular old destruction. But I'm going amphibious over here. As you can see, no opposition. Had there been opposition, I think I would have done well, though. I got 4 Iglas, just in case he called out some planes or something. These Strela Bustas with the cool-ass Strelas on them. I mean, they're transports, but they have 30% accuracy with these little, 4HE Strelas on them. And they carry infantry, and they have the dual KPVT, or the ZPTU-2, just like the Iglas. I mean, look at all that. Ugh, 14.5, underrated caliber for Red 4. And then I have these Sinhungs, and again, I'm kind of doing the same. I saw what he was doing, and halfway through the game, I'm realizing I need to stop playing destruction and play total destruction. I'm going to be here for an hour, and I did not want that. As much as I like long fought games, I do not like easy long games where I sit on my hands. But anyway, I'm just kind of pushing out here for no reason now. Sinhungs are just Type 63s with So-Song Pose. And that was the last command over there in the middle. He wrapped up his side pretty well. He got twice my kills and a little over twice my losses as well. But that Whistler guy was just throwing himself at him, obviously. and Aggressor only got 440 points off of me. Even though I was playing North Korea, a lot of it was probably from those F1s, and a lot of my losses were from those F1s and Nighthawks. But overall, I had fun playing the deck. It always hurts not being able to use the T90, but I made it. I made it through. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, so here's the deck that I was using that game. I guess you guys can pause. I'm not going to go real in depth. If you want depth, look at my North Korean deck build video. So a mechanized deck, you get a lot of infantry and a lot of vehicles for your vehicle tab here. But ATS 103 is what you want to take. These two aren't worth a damn. This is 20 points, SU 100. Might as well get Type 63s. This just becomes redundant if you take it, I believe. And it's bad anyway compared to the Type 63. So I like these ZSU. I have them in most of my decks, but anyway, I said I wasn't going to elaborate. I guess you can pause the video if you like. Otherwise, I'll see if I can put up another video pretty soon. And it should be on a new map. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I said that for the second time now. And hopefully you'll enjoy what's coming down the pipe.